It was almost Wednesday, my dudes. This is actually take 2 for me. Originally, I planned to upload this on Wednesday, but it turns out that I accidentally recorded it with triple audio somehow. It's not worth going over much more than that, but hey, let's get at it. So a little bit ago, I uploaded a video about my first time playing Frog Detective, or A Haunted Island, a Frog Detective story, which is the first in a series of games. Right now, the third one's not out yet, but the second one was out. So I enjoyed the first one enough that I thought I'd go and give the second one a try. And I can say I was definitely pleased. Also, this is going to be a quick video. The game itself's not long, and I don't want to really spoil anything for anybody that wants to play it. I'm just going to go over a few tidbits about it. So Frog Detective 2, The Case of the Invisible Wizard, takes place right after the events of Frog Detective 1. In fact, there's a little joke where you're actually talking to your supervisor, you hang up on him, and as soon as you answer the phone call, in fact, as soon as you answer the phone, they inform you that they just hung up on your supervisor mid-conversation from the last game's credits. In this game's case, you're informed that there's a small town that a wizard happened to move into. Now there's a few issues here. One, the wizard is invisible, so nobody really knows what they look like. Two, the town planned to have a housewarming party for them, but unfortunately someone trashed the whole parade. So they called up Lobster Cop, but he was again too busy, and instead the supervisor is sending Frog Detective out. After we're informed of that, we're introduced to one of the best additions to the title, and this is definitely an improvement over the first game. Frog Detective actually gets a notebook. For mine, I didn't really decide to decorate it with too much. You do get some stickers that you can put on at the beginning of the game, and you can kind of decide to go from there how you want to decorate it. But I just kept it kind of simple, and I put Frog Detective on and a magnifying glass, since those are directly related to what I was doing. This mechanic is actually kind of useful and also adds more comedic value. For one, this actually gives you a way to keep some notes and check through them. So each individual character that you interview, Frog Detective will write down some notes about them, along with what they might need if you have to get something for them for a trading thing. Minor spoiler, you'll have to do some item trading like you did in the last title for this game to be completed. It's nothing too difficult, but just having this notebook and the option to mark people suspicious is a definite plus and a move forward in the series. Most likely, as soon as you enter the small town, and I kind of like the layout of this place, you basically have a small entrance area, and then the town's just a giant region. There's no extra exploration, really, but you can peek inside their houses and actually see some decor that they put in the game to kind of add some flavor and decoration and depth to it. The base gameplay is exactly the same as the last game. You have your magnifying glass, you have the ability to communicate with people, and interact with a few key items. Most likely, you'll talk to this cat when you first get in there, as they're one of the first characters that you can actually run into and meet. She will tell you that she's the one that actually called the agency, and she's confused by Lobster Cop as actually a frog, and then Frog Detective informed her that no, he's Frog Detective, and they sent him instead of Lobster Cop. So I feel kind of bad because Frog Detective kind of gets put down on this part again, even though that he's shown his merits in the last. And the main reason they called him for this task is because they saw him on the news at the end of the last game. They also assumed that Larry the Lobster was Lobster Cop. It's kind of a nice little joke. The only other character that I want to say a little bit about is Victor here. He's kind of a jerk. They kind of play it off as maybe he's just hungry, and your fetch quest involves getting him food, but his character just comes off jerkish in more than one situation. So I don't really like him too much. But all the characters are about as charming as the last title, so I definitely find those just as good as they were before. I wouldn't say they're much better than the previous cast, but they're all nice. They fit the mood of the game. I also prefer a minimalist design, so seeing these kinds of designs really appeals to me, and I feel like the game's aesthetics are simple, yet they fit what they're going for. Now, last time I said I didn't realize any glitches. This one I did realize a small one. For some reason, when I picked up these pies that you have to get off the ground, I picked up 2, and then some of the ones that were supposed to be at other locations didn't seem to spawn in, or they disappeared. Luckily, when I closed the title out and went to go play them again, they seemed to spawn in the locations where I had got the previous pies. They were actually supposed to be in different locations, but for some reason this occurred. I'm not sure why, but my save wasn't broken at all, so that's what I'm most appreciative about. I did play through a second time because there actually are a few options in this game compared to the previous title. And in that run, I had no issues with the pies. Oh, that's something else I want to mention, is the fact that this title actually has 2 or 3 extra things that you can do, but this improves replayability. The previous title, you could do everything within one run and see everything. This one, you'd actually have to do it more than one playthrough to get everything done. I think that sums up mostly what I want to say, is the game is a simple, fun, charming title that's not too long, and they set out to make a simple game that was stable and ran good, and it does. So I find the small team set out to do what they had planned, and they accomplished it. The game has a similar style of comedy as the previous title, so if that's not appealing to you, you probably won't like it. But if you like the previous title, I definitely recommend giving it a chance. Also, if you're not sold on the $5 price tag, I most likely believe this will be on a Steam sale eventually. So I think if it's at least $1, you should give it a go. I do plan on getting and playing the third game once it's finally released, but I don't know exactly when that will be this year. Overall, I think this is a nice fresh breath of air, playing a simplistic title that gave me some comedic value and slight relaxation. And I think if you're in between AAA titles and you find anything like this comedic, you should give it a go. So guys, until Frog Detective 3 comes out, don't expect me to talk too much about this title, and I hope to see you guys again soon with my next video. Alright guys, ta-ta for now. I want you to all stay safe, and we'll see you again soon. Bye. Hey guys, thanks for watching the video. I really appreciate you watching to the end. If you would, give me a like, subscribe if you're interested in seeing more videos, and then in the comments tell me what you liked, what you didn't like. I'm definitely open to a positive and critical feedback, and I hope to see you guys all again soon. Take care.